Doesn't look good, does it, everybody? But you know what? I'm not going to let it put me off today. I'm not going to let it put me off. So me and my mate Ryan, in about 10-15 minutes, we're going to go off to have a little look round a disused railway line. I've been down there before, a part of it, but we're going to go and have a little bit more of a scout and see what's going down there. So that'll be a bit of fun. Not sure what the quality of the video will be like, everyone, guys, because it's going to be fairly dark down there, I guess, and these action cameras don't work well down there, and I'm not going to bring out a posh camera in this horrible weather. So there you go. We'll see what happens, shall we? Oh dearie me. This is Ryan, everybody. You've seen him loads of times on video anyway. But he hasn't formally been introduced. That's Ryan. There he goes. He looks like a farmer. He's got a bigger one than me. Mind you, most people on the marina have got a bigger one than me. And the funny thing is, mine don't even work properly at the moment. Boats we're talking about, everybody. And cocks as well, I guess. Hector's got his friend with him as well, look. They're sweet. Oh, he's going for a dump straight away, look at that. Again, I'll apologise for any bad video because it's raining and the lens is probably going to get wet and all sorts. You might recognise this down here anyway. Well, last year I was coming down here quite a bit on my bike. So I haven't had that out for a while, so if it ever stops raining, I might take it out. Good for the allotment though today. Saves us going up and watering the outside. Anyway, let's have a wander. Come on then, mate. Be careful doing this one-handed, eh? Cool, lots of innuendos here today. Go on then, mate. Hector, come on. Good boy. These are big steps for Hector, isn't it? Go on then. Go on. Good boy. Go on. Go on. Oh, I'm stuck. Got caught on something. Whoops, sorry about the camera work. I did warn you, everyone. Oh, we're nearly down the bottom now. Here we are then. I was going to go this way first. Have a little looky down there. Oh, it's a bit drier under the arch. Go on, mate. There's a good boy. There we go, opens out a little bit up here, everyone. So yeah, so this used to be a railway line many years ago. Oh, we've got a gate down here. Oh, it smells weird. Obviously the rain after a fairly dry spell. I left my cratch open last night by accident, the cratch flap. Got up this morning just to check that everything's alright. If you remember, I waxed the inside of the zips and everything. Well, that was pointless because this is quite fun. Look, there's a gate. Let's just walk round it. Yeah, sorry, so that was a bit pointless because leaving it open, all the cushions and the sheepskin's all soaked. So they're now sitting drying. Let's have a look what's going on. If you want to read that, you can pause the video.
I was doing the CPC code.
It's alright, you carry on.
Yeah, I was doing the CPC course at work.
Oh, he's having another shit. Goodness me. What have you been feeding him, Ryan? Hector, wait. Well, if you haven't gathered what we're doing down here, we're not just taking the dogs for a walk. We're actually looking for potential places to camp, to wild camp. But it looks a bit too overgrown down here. There's not really many openings. But it would be ideal. There's not really any trees for hammock camping. But you never know. Never say never, because we're going to go down the other way now and just see if we can find somewhere. Because I'm a bit uneasy about scraping the ground, because then you're supposed to not leave a trace, you see. So if we start fanning around too much, I think you're kind of breaking that code. Well, the dogs seem happy enough now. They're loving it. Well, I'm loving it as well. It's nice down here. I've not walked this far down here before. So you can see how Ryan was just saying that nature's definitely reclaimed it. And we think this line, I mean, I'll have a look when we get back, but I think this line did go from Blisworth, maybe up to Toaster, because this is that way. And yeah, it's one of Beaching's closures, I understand. But it's a nice little walk now. No, use that. Ryan said, no, use that. He just told me, because he knows more about nature and stuff than me. He likes it out in the woods. That's a badger set.
Another one there.
Another one over there. I never knew that.
On the comments and say no, it's not. It's a fox set. But I don't like it. It looks like a badger set.
Yeah.
There's another one over here. Look.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I would say they're big. So what are the holes you see around sometimes? Because sometimes I see holes. That's where I thought badgers were.
Hole?
Great big holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Bigger than a rabbit. Way bigger, like this wide.
Rabbits do just big holes.
Bloody hell.
But this looks like a whole load of that. Look at
Yeah.
It's still going there.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
So there must be loads there.
That's the only thing I worry about if we took Hector camping in somewhere like this. In the night, if a badger comes, he's stupid enough to probably go and have a go. And I'd just kill him. So I can't have that. It's where when I watch some of the wild camping videos of other people like Paul Messer and stuff like that, a lot of where they're camping is out in the wild open. So, you know, up in the Peak District, up on the moors. And although it's barren up there, I would say it feels a bit safer. Because you're not going to get, well, you're not going to get things like foxes and badgers roaming around your camp. I guess that's part of it, isn't it? I've just come out of the woods there, just saw that little gate, not gate, you know, whatever. We're in a nice open field now, so not being funny, you could probably camp here and no one would bloody know. But Ryan seems to think that there is animal tracks. But then along here is probably people walking, which I guess that's probably right. People probably do walk their dogs along here. I'll have to have a look on OS maps and see if this is actually a byway, because it might be. Might be a public footpath. That's maybe why there's an opening here into the woods. Have to have a look on my OS. The other side we've got some barley, by the looks of it. Winter barley. I think you can walk all the way along the side here as well. I'm glad I don't live in bloody towns and cities anymore.
There's a spot there, look.
You can't beat this, can you? You could. Again, it's only the farmer, isn't it, that you'd worry about.
It's a bit of rough land, that bit of set aside, that. Nothing growing on it.
Right, let's carry on for a bit. This takes us down to a place called Tiffield, which is a little village. Not sure whether we'll make it all the way there because we've got to walk back yet. Glad to see the dogs are loving it though. I wasn't going to bring Hector because he don't really like the rain, but I think he's liking it with Sweet. Oh, it's getting even more overgrown, everybody. The dogs have disappeared. I'm enjoying this. There's the mighty hound. Come here. Cheeky dogs. think this might be an old sleeper. I did say to Ryan, what do you think them bolts are for? And that's probably where the rail went. So you can see it goes in there. But it looks at a bit of a funny angle because it looks like the train track would go that way then instead of that way. So who knows?
Well, it's, over time it's probably moved.
Might moved, I guess.
Been kicked and grown and food grown under it.
Oh, come to a proper open bit here, look. Is this still that same field? Let's go and have a little look. Both fields. Well, it is the same field. And that must be Tiffield over there. Or the very edge of it.
I wouldn't fall in it either.
Well, that allegedly is a pond without any water. So I don't know what it'd be called then. A puddle of mud. Anyway, let's carry on. Ooh. I'm actually glad it rained because it's not stifling down here.
No, it's hot.
I'm just starting to get a few bugs coming out now that it's stopped. Yeah. Now I've popped out onto a little football field and play area. That's quite cool, isn't it? Do you want to go down the slide, Ryan?
No.
Like we were saying earlier, we saw one that looked like a slide. Thought, well, our asses are so big these days, we wouldn't get down them. Need a bit of lard. Not sure if anyone can read that. It's a bit hard to read down here because it's dark anyway.
Yeah,
it says
July 2008.
these trees were planted in memory of John Swift, 18th April 19. Does it say 84? Is it?
2008.
1984
Oh, right.
to
Oh,
over a period of time. That looks it.
1954
There we go.
to 2008.
Go on then. Go on. Quick. No, you're the wrong way, Nutter. Go on then. Oh, he's a show jumping dog horse. I was messing with the camera and I missed Hector coming up these, but he did well. He's got up there. Good boy, Hector. There they are then. Well, one thing I discovered, everybody, was that my waterproof coat isn't waterproof. So it's hanging above the radiator with one of the cushions out from outside and my t-shirt that's soaking. That was supposed to be under a waterproof coat, but then look what's down here on a wet pillow. Because the radiator's on, the hound has found it. He was just lying there, but I just had to tell Lee to stop the hairdryer for a minute, and now he's obviously got himself on the foot with something because he's at himself. You right there, Hector? Hector! You right there, fella? Yeah. Bye. I left the sheepskin on the radiator while I was out, and Lee came home and she could smell it, and yeah, it's burnt a little bit, but at least it's dry. I actually think that gives it a nice colour, to be honest with you. It's a patina. Well, as you can probably hear, it's still pouring down. It's actually got a bit worse. It was supposed to stop about 1 o'clock and it's getting towards 2 now. So I was hoping to go and sit on the naughty bench and make myself a nice cup of coffee on the alcohol stove, but that's obviously not going to happen now. So I thought I'd come inside and have a look up a little bit of the history of where we've just walked along the disused railway line, which I said was when you saw us getting into that field, not the field, the one with the football goalpost, that was Tiffield. And Tiffield itself had an experimental railway station. And I'll tell you all about it, shall I? Because I know you're dying to know. It is quite interesting. I never knew any of this. Yeah, Tiffield was a short-lived experimental railway station situated at the highest point of the Stratford-upon-Avon and Midland Junction Railway, which opened in 1869 to serve the Northamptonshire village of Tiffield, only to close 2 years later. So the actual history of it is the Northampton and Banbury
Junction Railway was a forerunner to the Stratford-upon-Avon and Midland Junction Railway, opened a line in 1866 which linked its Towcester station to the London and North Western Railway station at Blisworth, and which is on their London to Birmingham line. The experimental passenger station was opened in Tiffield Summit, or at Tiffield Summit, sorry, which is the highest point on the line, and that was in October 1869. It consisted of a little more than a timber landing stage and saw regular passenger services only until February 1871, although special services on the Towcester race days may have called at the station up to around 1908. The location of the station did not make it popular with the locomotive crew, as the trains would have a great deal of difficulty making a standing start at such a steep uphill gradient. Present day, the station site, which used to teem with rabbits hunted by at least one locomotive driver, now forms part of the Tiffield Pocket Park, a 1 kilometre section of the track bed which was purchased by a local businessman, George Malby, as a wildlife refuge after the line's closure, and it's been leased to Tiffield Parish Council for 25 years, which started in 2001. So it's only got a couple of years left, so I don't know what's going to happen to it after there. So there you go. So that's where we've walked. I found that quite interesting. Anyway, now on to the wild camping bit. This is a question for you all. Okay, I want to know why you can't wild camp in the UK, or not really legally. You can, I think, is it on Dartmoor or Exmoor? I can't remember which one. So what constitutes it? Because if I just stood, right, I don't know, in a field on a public byway, if I just stood there for 24 hours, what would happen? Does that constitute as I'm wild camping, or does it? Do you kind of see what I'm saying? Why can't I put up a shelter for myself overnight? It just seems odd. I can kind of understand it on private land, but then I don't think all the land should be private anyway. All these woods and stuff should be open to everyone, I believe. But then I think people should have a lot more respect for nature anyway. I guess you can't open it up. I'll contradict myself here. I wouldn't want it opened up to shitbags who are leaving rubbish and beer cans and everything all over the place, because we get it. We sit up at a car park near us, and near the horse bridge, and it's, I don't know what's wrong with people. Anyway, yeah. So I've always wondered, why putting up a shelter makes it illegal. And if I just stood there or sat on a seat all night on a park bench, nothing would happen, would it? It's just strange. Yeah, it's okay to do it all in London, and well, we won't go into that, but you know what I'm getting at with all these. London's a shithole now. We're full of tents like Paris was. So all around parks, what was it? Park Drive, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, yeah, I've seen loads of stuff on the news with that anyway. But let's leave that there. Let's leave that to one side, because we're not going to go there, are we? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little wander. I enjoyed it. I'll tell you when it'd be lovely to go down there, and I will go down there and bring you all along with us again, is in fall, like in autumn, when the leaves are changing colour and all that sort of stuff. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic down there then. And the dogs loved it, so maybe we'll do it, and we'll bring Leo come down with us, and so will Ryan's Mrs. Ben. We'll go down there, and I'll tell you what, it'd also be brilliant there in the snow. Yeah, that's a nice little place, although it's not suitable for camping anywhere down there. As I say, I wouldn't want to be scraping ground back or anything like that, because that's not what I feel wild camping is all about. You leave no trace. It would have been handy because it's council land, so you wouldn't get moved on, because no one would go down there. So at the moment, we still haven't really got a good venue. I guess what we call Whitebridge Woods. I still prefer to have permission, to be honest. So yeah, what do you think? What do you think constitutes wild camping? Why is our country so shite that we're not allowed to camp anywhere we like? Pretty much. I know on private land, I understand, but on common land or open access land and stuff like that, why can't you? Why can't you? You can in certain places in Scotland, and most other countries, to be honest. You go to America, they'd laugh at us, wouldn't they? They go out on their wild trails and camp anywhere. Very strange. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one, and hope you pressed the like and all that sort of stuff. Try and help the algorithm or whatever it is. I don't even know what goes on, to be honest with you. And have a guess what? I'll see you at the same time tomorrow. Bye.